Hey guys, it's Atreyu here, and I do hope this video finds you all in a most relaxed and creative state. So today I will be bringing you another lock jewelry tutorial. It occurred to me that it might be cool to be able to make a piece of lock jewelry that could fit on two adjacent locks. So I was just kind of messing around today and I ended up making this. So one lock could go in here, and then right next to it, a lock of comparable size could go right there. And this piece of jewelry could just look really cool because it's holding on to two different locks simultaneously. Now you might be thinking, well, what if where I want to wear the jewelry, I don't have two locks that are of the same size? So first let me show you. I made these two holes with these, which are the same size. Okay, so that's why they ended up being the same size. However, what you can do is, say you have one lock this size, you could use, a pin that has a smaller girth, so that this one would fit on to the bigger lock, and this one the smaller lock. Or if it's really dramatic, something really small like this. So my point is, you can alternate, or you can use different tools or different things to wrap your wire around to achieve the size of the lock that you're trying to make the piece of jewelry for. Just make sure you have two locks picked out in advance and you have something of a comparable size so that your lock will be able to actually fit on it. You can check out my previous how to make lock jewelry video to learn about the things that I'm using. But yeah, this is going to be very simple. Dare I say, it's going to be even simpler than the previous lock jewelry tutorial. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to just take some wire and you measure out however much of it you want. And then you just take your cutters and you cut. So now I have this piece. Alright, so I'm going to be working with two pins which are of slightly different girths. I think these will be pretty comparable to at least a couple of my locks, so that should work out. And I'm going to kind of position the pins like this. And I'm going to pick this up, and you won't really be able to see it well. That's why I first demonstrated it with it lying flat. But I'm going to just wrap this around. So I'm going to try my best to keep this in the frame. Okay. So that's like that. You can kind of close it, it'll open back up a little bit, but just try to get it as tight as you can, or as tight as you want it. Alright, so I'm going to do something with this part a little bit later. For now, I'm just going to bend it up like that. Now I have the hole where one lock is going to go, and I'm going to use the other pin to make the hole for the adjacent lock. I'm going to turn this around this way, and I'm going to rotate it like this. These pins are kind of slippery, so I apologize that I'm kind of moving everywhere. You can wrap it around how many ever times you want. I mean, this is kind of where you start to get as creative as you want. Alright, so now I have a hole for the smaller lock right here and a hole for the slightly bigger lock on this pin. And I have this bottom part, but I also have this top part. think I want to wrap this around one more time, just because I have so much wire down there. And now you can just do whatever you want to do. You know, I could start to twirl this up on itself. I could cut it and make it a little bit shorter, put a charm on it. In fact, maybe that is what I will do. Get my cutters, cut that excess part off, and then I will get these, and while holding it in place, start to kind of rotate it up on itself like that. And now I'm going to take my charm, put it on like that. Okay, and I'm going to close that so the charm will stay on like that. Okay, there are other things that I can do with this excess. I can bend it that way, then bend it that way. I'm just making now a design on the outside, and bend it back, and you can do this how many ever times you want, as tightly as you want them to be. See how I'm just kind of bending back and forth? Okay. And I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So to me that looks kind of cool. Alright, so now I have to worry about this upper piece. Okay, so the bottom piece, this part of the lock looks fine. Now let's worry about the design on the other lock. So since I have so much wire, I think I'm gonna bring it over, the wire over to this lock, and make a hole for that lock as well. So just wrap it around a couple of times. And now I'm going to wrap this on itself, like so. Grab it at the end and just twist it on itself. And you might want to hold right here to hold that in place so it doesn't twist as well. And just twist it on itself. See how it's kind of raised, so you want to mash it like that. Sorry, mash it like that. And you can mold it however you want. This gauge wire is pretty malleable. Okay, so now what we have is a piece of lock jewelry where one lock will have two places to be inserted, and the slightly larger lock will have one place to be inserted. So let's slide this off. And yeah, this is what it looks like. We'll put it down flat so you can kind of see. Okay, so this is just the design, obviously, not a hole for the lock. It'll be covering the front or the back of the lock depending on how you position it on your locks. But yeah, one hole up here for that slightly smaller lock, and the lock will go through here, then through there. And we'll have this design, and then the charm there, follow your heart. And then on this side, that adjacent lock, the slightly bigger lock will go through there. So yeah, that's how you make lock jewelry for two adjacent locks. Guys, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. Hope this video was helpful. Zebs is out.